And we are live. What's good, Charge man? DL Saint. Welcome. DL Saint, I really want to know podcast, man. We got a good one for you. We got a good one for you youngins out there. You know, y'all be showing Uncle Saint some love. I know I'm an old man trying to figure out what's going on out there in y'all world. We got a young brother who out here doing it in an industry that I ain't never heard of, man. Like the whole sneakerhead resale world is new to me. Is brand new to me. Y'all know I was talking about this the other day. I was talking about Rami the Icon and watching his videos. Like, just he has a camera set up at work and he's selling and trading and buying shoes from folks. And I'm just sitting there looking. I couldn't stop looking. So I had to find somebody in this world, and I found a young G in the business, man. Brother Jimmy, he's here. We're gonna make it happen. Yeah, man, we just gonna get into it, man. Let's do it. And we are live. What's good, y'all? Welcome to the I Really Want to Know podcast, y'all. You know what I mean? So no need waiting, standing on ceremony, man. Let's get right to it. Let's bring him up. Here he is right now, man, in the flesh, man. Brother Jimmy Zhao in the building. What's good, fam?
What's good, Don? How you doing, man? Thank you for having me.
I'm doing all right, bro. Thanks for coming, man. I mean, bro, you really honor me with your presence, man. I know how hard you work. I know, you know what I'm saying, what you're doing a little bit, but you're here. Technology is crazy, man. I reached out to this brother. I saw your content on YouTube. I went to your link tree. I'm like, oh, he's on Instagram. Reached out to him on Instagram. Bam. What is it? 3 days later, here he is, man. So shout out to you, bro.
No, appreciate you for giving me another platform, bro.
Yeah, man, it's my pleasure, man, because I definitely want to know what's going on with this. To the chat, I'm going to read all the chats a little bit later, but we don't have a whole lot of time because this young brother is busy. So we want to get right into it. I'm going to show all the chats, and then I'll double back after Brother Jimmy's gone, and I'll read all the chats, and then we'll get into the second half of the show. Shout out to all of Brother Jimmy's people out there coming up in here and supporting the podcast, man. I appreciate it. As an humble old man, I really appreciate you young folks, man. Y'all keep me young, man. I get all excited when I got young people up on here. So, Brother Jimmy, man, why don't you tell everybody who you are? Because my folks might not know you, but, you know, I do, of course, and your people do. So let everybody know who you are.
Yeah, so my name's Jimmy. I'm 19. I just turned 20, so I'm 20 years old. Started my e-commerce business when I was 15 years old, a freshman in high school. And I've been doing it ever since. So it's been 5 years since I started my business. And when I first started this business, I just had a passion just for sneakers. And all I did was, I started flipping used shoes, started camping out at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. And that's pretty much how I started. That's how I started my journey. So yeah, right now I'm at Providence College. I have a major in business marketing. And I pretty much just go home every single Friday to operate the business. Obviously, it's very difficult with the time management side of things, but if you're truly passionate about something, you can get it done. And that's how I've been rocking ever since. But it wasn't always like this because I started with no money, no shoes, and it was tough. It was tough because I feel like a true entrepreneur journey route where I kind of did everything on my own. I was very stubborn at first where I felt like I could do everything like by myself. But as I started scaling my business, I realized that you need a team in order to really scale your business to that next level. So, right now I have a group called Starpreneurs. We currently have over 160 plus members where me and 6 other staffs and mods where we mentor, beginner sneaker resellers and teach them how to make money online. So that's what we've been doing. We launched the group on May 20th of this year. So it's a little bit over 3 months, and we have over 160 plus members paying $50 a month. So that's another thing that I just recently started. But the sneaker reselling side of things, I've been doing it for 5 years now.
Bro, I had no idea. I'm thinking you just out here making, selling shoes and doing your thing, and you already got a group. You've started a clan. Bro, I got to give you a Don DeMarco on that.
I appreciate that, bro.
And your man G in the chat, I made you a mod, bro, so he can drop your links in there. You can drop your YouTube, your Instagram, links to you guys' group. I just made him a mod so he can do all that right now, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, your man G, that's for you, man. Go ahead and put all the good information in the chat so people can find y'all. So you started your business endeavors as a freshman in high school.
So let me just touch upon that real quick. So when I first started, there was no intentions for this to become where it is at today. Like it wasn't even like the intention of like building a business. It was more kind of like collecting sneakers as a whole. And back then, my parents didn't have the money to fund, my sneaker collection and my desires for shoes. So I kind of just started because during high school, I had a friend who was already doing this business at the time, and I saw him like bring in like thousands of dollars per month at 15 to 16 years old. And from there, I kind of just learned from him, and that's where I kind of started. I started camping out for him, making $20, $30 per release. At 15 years old, I was camping out in Boston at night at like 4 a.m. in the morning. It's crazy,
Hey,
but
bro, it's cold in
yeah.
Boston, man. What you doing? You could have died out there, man. You could have froze to death.
Yeah, no, it's definitely no. Looking back at it, it's very dangerous and it's definitely not safe. But I feel like without those moments and without those, those times, I definitely would not be where I am today because like I really been through like all that. Like I really started from zero, got to six figures. So yeah, it's like it's a really long story, but that's pretty much where it all started. When I first started, it was just the pure intention of trying to build a bigger sneaker collection. And then as time went on, I started making money from it. And I'm like, oh shit, like you can make money from resale shoes. And that's where like that was like the aha moment for me. And ever since then, I just been going hard at it ever since. Yeah.
So, bro, you're 15 years old. You like, all right, I want to get some sneakers. I want to get out here, maybe make a little money, but you really just want to get the sneakers. That's you just getting started. How did you get your parents to okay you sneaking out in the middle of the night to go wait in line? Or did you how did you work that out, bro?
It was not okay, bro. It was not okay at all. So like they were not messing with it at first. I feel like that's what for any young viewers out there that are watching right now, like your parents are not gonna agree with what you're gonna do because they're kind of on a perspective where they want to protect you because they know it's not safe, like doing random sneaker meetups with like random people that you don't know online, and it's just not safe. But for just for all the young audience out there, like at first when you're not making any money, you're not producing any results, nobody's really gonna believe you and see the vision that you have. So you kind of just have to grind it out, if that makes sense. You kind of just have to keep going and keep pushing when you don't see you don't even see like that's gonna work out, if that makes sense. Like it's very hard to describe, but like I didn't know all this. I swear to God, I had no intentions of building a business like this where I'm at today. Like when I first started, I'm telling you this right now, like it was just to fully fund my sneaker collection. And as time went on, I started seeing more results and more results, and it started bringing in more money in every single month. That's where the motivation came in, and that's where the realization came in that like, oh shit, like I can really do this. And my parents started agreeing, like supporting it, but it wasn't like the first 2 years they were not supportive at all because I was in school and I was spending majority of my time in high school. I wasn't partying, I wasn't doing none of that stuff. I was just school, business, school, business, school, business, and that's all I did. I didn't really, I won't say like I didn't hang out as much with my friends, but I did. But there was definitely a lot of sacrifices that I had to make in order to get to this point because like time is so important, and I feel like every single second or every single moment that I have to work on my business, I would take advantage of it, because if I missed out on that time or that opportunity, I'm missing out on growing my business and also just scaling this whole entire thing as a whole. But yeah, they were definitely not supportive at the beginning, but as time went on, I started producing more results. They became a believer in it, but it wasn't always like that from the start.
I mean, because I can imagine. So from the 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 youngin point of view, your point of view, you're like, man, I'm about to get this. You have this mentality. And I want to know where you got this mentality from, man, because you have a winner mentality. You definitely have that entrepreneurial spirit, and you're fearless. But it sounds to me like your parents were like, hold on, because I have a 14-year-old, soon to be 15-year-old, and I wish that my child would ask me if they can go out at 3 a.m. to go sit all night to get something. You know what I mean? Like you said, was like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
But you, through your perseverance, through your hard work, you still managed to build this business. And now it sounds like your parents are pretty proud of you. Is that a safe assumption?
I would say so. Yeah, I would say so. Going to a good college and at the same time, like operating a business, I would say they're definitely proud of me.
That's what's up. Now, your parents never like gave you ultimatums like, okay, we'll let you do it, but you got to get straight A's or you got to do this, you got to do that. Did that happen, or you was just taking care of business? They never had to say anything.
Well, I'm Asian, so the thing is
Yeah.
with Asian parents, they're like they're very strict on grades. I'm assuming you know. So like they're very strict on grades. So grades were kind of never a problem for me. I kind of just figured it out. But definitely balancing that school aspect and sneaker reselling was super difficult. And like for me, there was a point where I was spending more time in my business than school because I just didn't have the time for school. If that like there was so much times where like I had to just figure out different ways to like bypass school and just like get the work done as quickly as possible rather spending more time onto my business because I knew that. But another thing is like just to backtrack a little bit, like you gotta have passion in what you do. You can't just do this because you want the money, you want to make, six figures, you see all the success on social media and stuff like that. It's just not realistic because if you don't have passion for what you do, you're eventually gonna quit and you're not gonna see the results that you desire to have. But for me, I always had that determination that I want to be the best version of myself. I always knew that if I work hard in anything, no matter what it is, I knew that I was able to do it. That's just like a belief and instinct that I have inside of myself. And I didn't really care about what other people said about me because, during the time people thought I was weird for what I was doing, camping out, making $30, $40. They're like, bro, what are you doing? Like, go to school, go get a job, do something else. But you can't listen to what other people are telling you when your mind is telling you to do something else, right? Like,
Facts.
yeah.
Facts. So
So
let me ask you this. I heard the term best version of myself. Where did you get that term from? Because that term is used quite a bit in a part of the internet that you're not really familiar with. That's the manosphere, self-help, the red pill world. I hear that term over and over again. You're not a part of that world. You've never heard of it, yet you know this term. Where'd you get that term from?
so I feel like it's very important, like with the content that you consume on social media as well. So that's where I got it from. Everybody I hang out with and everybody that I associate myself with are winners. So
Mm.
like I'm just gonna win if I associate myself with winners. I don't associate myself with people who party every day, that doesn't care about their life. I feel like for me, I knew, like especially for my circumstances, I used to live in the projects with my parents. So I always had that like chip on my shoulder where I want to take care of my family. So in order to do that, regardless of how I felt, I want to be the best version of myself day in day out because I know that in 4 or 5 years from today, I could be providing them a better lifestyle, and
Wait,
that's
wait,
what
wait, 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 wait.
I want to do.
I got to pause. I got to pause you right there. Wait. Hold up. You said you from the hood. You came from the Jacks, bro. Your projects. Tell me about that, man. What I just because now we're into stereotypes, right? So when people hear like you, like, well, you see, I'm Asian, so grades were never a problem, and I'm like, all right, but I never would have guessed that, man. Y'all had to start from the projects. What was that about?
So yeah, so we immigrated to the United States. I was from China, so immigrated here when I was 5 years old, 5, 6 years old. So very young. I was in kindergarten when I first got here, and my parents didn't have the money, right? So my parents didn't have the money. We lived at my aunt's place. So we lived at my aunt's place. Lived there for a year. There was, some issues and stuff like that, and difficulties. So we moved out. We moved out, and we moved out. We lived in a one-room apartment. We lived in a one-room apartment, three of us, and there was one bed, and where like the bathrooms we had to share it, just everything. The kitchen was shared, all that stuff. So from those moments, I never forget where I came from. No matter what I achieved today, I understood that those moments made me who I am. And then after that, we moved to the projects, and I remember growing up like especially when I went to school with my friends and like classmates and stuff like that, like they would all like how like when you're a kid, like you invite your friends over to your house, right? I was always the one that didn't invite any of my friends to my house. I didn't want them to know where I live just because I was kind of embarrassed about the fact that I lived there. But I kind of like as I grew older, I kind of embraced all these factors and all these circumstances because this is what made me who I am. And I feel like without those moments, I would never get to this point of building a business and also having that mindset of being a winner. And plus, like I don't want to just be rich. I want to be wealthy. And there's a huge difference in that, because I don't want to just get a lot of money, because if I'm broke in the mind, then all this doesn't matter. But yeah,
Facts.
ever
Facts.
since that, yeah.
Bro, I
So
gotta tell you, man. I gotta tell you. Like, I'm in my 50s. We are 15 minutes into this interview. And you know what? I gotta give you a salute. As an old soldier, as a paratrooper who came from that side of the tracks, right? I'm here to tell you. Somebody in the chat was saying, LOL, dude talk like he made it. He
I
did.
didn't make it. I didn't make it.
No. Bro, trust me. You're on your way. Your goals are way higher, but trust me, you have made it. You have reached a couple plateaus already, and you're barely 20 years old, bro. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't stop. It's okay to, as you're climbing that mountain, you reach that plateau, to look back and see where you came from. And that's what
Yeah.
you've already done. It is so hard to teach that to people, especially young people, bro. Man, oh man, I'm proud of you, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, go ahead.
Yeah, the thing with me is I never really care about what other people said about me, because I always knew that I was destined to be where I want to be. So if I put in the hard work, if I put in the time, the dedication, determination, I know I was going to get there regardless of what other people had to say. Because the thing is, if I'm scared of failing, then I would have been stopped. I was never afraid of that. I kept trying over and over and over again. It doesn't matter what business you're operating, what business industry you're in. If you stop after your first failure, you're never going to succeed, because you have to, keep trying in order to see results. Because for me, I got robbed, I got scammed, but I didn't stop. You know why I didn't stop? Because I always knew that the next time I was going to make money. The next time I was going to be better. The next day I was going to be better. The next year. And what I do is I write down my goals every single day, every single year, in order to see better results, because I start checking things off. I have a checklist of what I need to accomplish this year. So for example, this year my goal was to open up startpreneurs, to provide a resource to help young sneaker resellers out and teach them how to make money reselling shoes in the e-commerce space, because there's so much money to be made, and a lot of people just don't understand that. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, the sneaker market's dead. This is that. It's not working for me." It's just the truth that they don't know what they're doing. That's the sad truth. They don't know what they're doing, and they're trying to just downplay other people who are making money. But yeah,
And
no,
that's a question I wanted to ask you too, bro, because that sneaker market, right? So it sounds to me that you believe that resale market, that sneaker world, is here to stay. You think that market is going to be strong and viable over the next 5, 10 years, 15 years?
I would say for the next 5 year, 100%, but I can't promise you for the next 10 years, because with the world we're in today, bro, I have no idea where's it gonna go. Technology is expanding super quickly, and it's always advancing. So I can't promise you the sneaker market is gonna be sustainable for the next 10 years, but I definitely do know for the next 5 years for sure, because we've been in recessions multiple times. And you just got to understand the market really, because like I said, I've been doing this for 5 years, not the longest, but not the shortest. So I definitely have some experiences. I lost money during certain periods of time, and then I made a lot of money during certain periods of time. So I kind of you kind of have to predict the market, and the sneaker market is really like a stock market. It's really like a stock market. The shoes can go up and down, and it's really like a stock market. So for example, during 2020 when it was COVID, everybody was receiving the stimulus checks and stuff like that, and that was when the most money were made for sneaker resales, because I
It was a
remember
boom. It was an absolute boom. Okay.
Yeah, it was flourishing. Yeah, so when I bought the Jordan 4 5 Reds, Jordan 4 5 Reds, that was my first shoe that I made a lot of money on. That's the first shoe that I bought a lot of pairs of. I remember during the time when they've released, it was going for $220. That was retail, and they weren't going for any profit or anything like that. But I just bought a bunch of pairs because I knew it was a classic colorway. I knew the shoe had potential, so I put all my money into it. I think I had about 55 pairs during the time. 220 times 55. I can't do the math right now, but yeah. And I was making about $100 to $150 per pair. And that was the first time where I made I would say a lot of money from one sneaker deal. And that's what kind of made me realize that oh shit, you can make a lot of money from this if you just keep rinsing and repeating the process. But because the more money you have, the more capital that you have, the more money you make. But the thing is, you have to understand the market. You have to have the knowledge in order to take those risks. Because if you can't, if you aren't buying the right shoes and the right SKUs, you're not going to make money because there's millions and millions of SKUs out there. How are you going to know what to buy? And that's where my server comes in play, and that's where my group comes in play, where we teach other people, like, the market, the current situation of the market, where price is going to hit, the return on investment, a bunch of other stuff where it's beyond just making money as a whole. Because a lot of people want to know how to make money, but they haven't even built the foundation of how to make money. They don't have the business mindset, because after the first time they lose money, right? A lot of people are gonna quit. And I feel like if you're a true entrepreneur, you're gonna lose money along the way. And don't look at losing money as, losing money. Look at it as a lesson. Like for me, I lost money bunch of times. But
well, there's a few ways to look at that, bro. People say I'm losing money. Well, when you pay for college, you're losing money. But what are you paying for? You're paying for the education. You're paying for the experience. Same thing in business. Scared money don't make no money, right? Scared money don't make none, and that's coming from the streets. You're only going to learn through your failures. And we live in a society. Most Americans live in a society where everyone gets a trophy. It don't sound like everybody got a trophy in your house. It sounds like everybody had to work, and hard work was the orders of the day. When you gave your example, you were looking at about $12,100. That was, he's like, I got a calculator right here. So I was like, let me do the numbers real quick. So what I mean? Right. So man, that is amazing. I just, because we're 20 minutes, we're about 21 minutes in. Gotcha. You know what I mean? And I know you're a busy man, so I'm like, let me make sure that we get everything in on this interview, because I'm gonna be bugging you for another interview. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna be bugging you down the road for another interview, bro. So just be ready for it, brother Jimmy. So you made $100,000 according to one of your videos. You made $100K at 19, and that's just one of your videos. And I understand that we make clickbait and whatever. So you did pretty good last year. Was that a goal? Did you set monetary goals, or were you just head down working hard and you looked up and be like, oh, look what I did?
No, I set goals. Every single year I would set goals. Like next year I want to double that. So like every single year I'm setting different goals. So yeah, no, everything is planned out. Everything is planned out. Nothing just happens magically. You got to work. You got to actually work for it. So for example, like the first year I started reselling shoes, I made, I think, about $2,000. That's like my first year. I was super happy during the time, because at 15, 16 years old, making $2,000 in high school, I'm not saying that's a lot of money, but like in high school, that's a lot of money that you can, that's a lot of money. Like all I used to do is go eat.
I'm going to say it, bro. That's big money. At 15, 16 years old, you got $2,000 in your pocket legally. He ain't out there with a pocket full of stones, man. He got a bag full of shoes. But anyway, continue.
Yeah, so the next year I think I did about $28,000, and then the next year was like 50K, and then the next year was like 80, and then it's 100. So it's an exponential growth. It's not something like where last year I made 2K, this year I made 100K. So it's like it's over a period of time. But yeah, I feel like the only reason why I made $100,000 is because it's not because sneaker reselling is not as complicated as you think it is. You're buying a shoe for low, you're selling it for high. You're just taking the cut in between. The hardest part is building those connections. That's the hardest part. And that's like, I feel like it doesn't matter what business you're in, you gotta meet people. You gotta meet valuable people in order to get to certain places. Because the thing is, you can't do everything on your own. And that's what I realized. I really want to talk about this just right now, because I didn't realize how important time was until my business started scaling. Because I realized the fact that in order to make more money, because like the thing was, okay, let me just say this all over again, because I was doing so much where I had no time. I didn't have, like, 24 hours wasn't enough, because I was just always working. Doesn't matter what I was just always working, thinking of new ideas. There's always work to do. A lot of people tell me where, how do I do this? How do I do that? There's this, I already finished this. There's no work to do. I already posted a video. There's always work to do. You got to keep working. And that's why, like, I was able to see the success at such a young age. And obviously, like, I don't like to, how should I say? I don't like to kind of brag about it, because especially being in college, a lot of people may look at you different. The friends you make might have different intentions, but yeah, no, it's not.
And that was a valid point you just made, bro. And I want to clear something up for everybody who is watching, because I know, hey, hi government, hi RRS, I know y'all watching. All the numbers we're saying here are estimates, and we're talking about estimate on gross, not net. We haven't included losses. We haven't included investments, because when you go out and you do your thing, right, you have to store, you have to go pick up, transport, you have to deliver your product, which are the shoes. I mean, because I know one of your videos, you were like stacking boxes and stuff like that. So all that stuff is a write-off. So guys, I don't want anybody to think that he's up here like, man, he got all this money. There is a significant investment that goes into what he's doing, and he also has to take those losses, and there are absolutely losses in there. So let's talk about your losses. You said you took some losses before. What was the biggest loss you took?
The biggest loss I took was when I got robbed. It was that was definitely not.
Uh-oh.
I took a lot of losses before. It's hard to look back, but there's one that was around like $2,000 for lost packages from like UPS and stuff like that. And then there's various times where I lost money at like events where someone took something from me and I didn't notice. And then there's times where I've been robbed when I was 15 by adults and stuff like that. But those were like smaller instances where it was like 200, 150, like on the lower end. But just because you brought up like, doing sneaker meetups, doing deliveries. So that's something I don't do anymore. That's something
Okay.
I don't do that anymore, because the thing is, with the importance of time, I don't have the time to do that. So I'd rather pay the extra $8 to $10 for shipping, make a smaller cut, but bring back the time to make even more money. Because the thing is, right now, I don't want to spend time on certain things where I don't need to really spend time on. For example, shipping. I don't ship no more. I have someone else ship it for me. I don't package the shoe. I don't package as much as I used to. There's a lot of things I don't do on a daily basis where it's very, very time consuming, where I want to focus on I want to focus more on the work that's more efficient, if that makes sense. Like, I will be working on my group. So right now with Startpreneurs, so right now with my group that we just launched, like that's a huge priority of mine. And that's where I spend most of my time doing, because I know it's more scalable. And at the same time, when you work on it, there's exponential growth. When you work on packaging and work on shipping, that's just a waste of time where you can spend the money and have someone else do it for you, because it's not as valuable for me to do it. It doesn't make sense, because where I'm at is every single second really counts. Every single second, everything I do counts. It all counts, because it's all about how you spend your time. And I totally didn't, acknowledge the fact of how important time was until I really started like making money, making like real money. So I didn't know, because I used to do everything on my own. I used to do every single thing on my own. I didn't have a team. I didn't have none of that. So when you're doing everything on your own, it doesn't matter how smart you are. It doesn't matter how much money you have. The thing is, if you're working on your own, you will never be able to scale a business. It's almost impossible, because there's only 24 hours in a day. If you think about it, you sleep for 8, piss, go to the bathroom, eat, shower, all that stuff, probably another 3 hours. So that's like, how much time are you really left with? And then you have to run some errands. There's some stuff that you have to do, right? Like, that's the priority.
Like study. You still got to go to class. You're still in college, right?
Yeah. So balancing school out it's just a huge issue. So I thought about dropping out before. I thought about dropping out like very, very seriously. Like, I thought about dropping out, but I never did. Because the thing is, I'm gonna be the first one to graduate college out of my family. So it really means something, not just to me, but to my parents. And I just want to do it for them. And I understand that, like I said, the sneaker market might not be sustainable for the next 10 plus years. So maybe that's something I'm doing now. And maybe next year I might be making no money. Who knows? Nobody knows. So I only can focus on one day at a time and what I got going on at the very moment. But in college, I do have to say it's very hard balancing the school stuff and also the reselling stuff. Because the thing is, there's so much homework. And even if I didn't own a business, it would still be difficult as fuck managing it in school. But in college, like, a lot of people do know about my business here, and I don't. And some people, like, they've seen it through my videos on YouTube and stuff like that. But a lot of people have the intentions of just talking to me just to like learn how to make more money, do this, do that, like, and. My close friend here knows, because I feel like, out of the whole entire school, I only really talk to like 2 people, and I'm like with those people like almost every single day. But it's like it's crazy, yeah. But
This what's up, man. So and I'll say this, and if I would be maybe so bold as to give you a little bit of advice of what you're saying with school and everything, I would
Sure.
absolutely say for you and your family, you should definitely stick it out, finish what you started in college. For multiple, first of all, like you said, so your family can be proud of you. You're the first one, and you're blazing the trail for all those to follow, right? And secondly, it's gonna help you, like you said, this shoe market might fall off. You have real time, practical experience in building a business, scaling a business. College can't teach you that. It just can't.
Yeah.
But you can network in college. So my other part of advice would be, instead of just having two people, only have two friends, people that you trust, but get as
Yeah.
many loose associates as you can and network while you are there, because that will come back later in life, especially when you're growing your group. Right? I'll be talking to folks to get them to join the group, right? If anything else,
Yeah.
right? And think about that. And because we have a group here, I'm in Tampa in Central Florida, and we have a group here in Tampa. We're called the New Templars, right? We kind of loosely affiliate, well, base it on the Templars from back in the day, right? And so we call ourselves the New Templars. And trust me, we're gonna get one of our nights in your group. It might not happen this year, but it definitely will happen by Q3 of next year, because we believe in networking and helping and adding value wherever we can. So yeah, finish school, bro. Make sure you finish school 100%.
Yeah. So
we're 31 minutes in, and I know we got about another 9-10 minutes or so, because I know you're busy. And I didn't want to go over on time. So so go ahead and say what you're gonna say, and then I'm gonna finish up with some stuff.
So with my group, the goal was to grow the largest network of entrepreneurs. So that's like my main goal. So I'm on your side on that. Like, networking is key. Networking is key. So right now, so in college I talk to a lot of people on a daily basis, but I only really have like two real friends. Like, where when I talk to them, I'm not always talking about business, and I can talk about certain things, like we can fuck around, joke around and stuff like that, talk shit, do what I do. And like, definitely, like, my group. So the goal of my group is to grow the largest network of entrepreneurs. It's not even just catering towards sneakers. The goal is to provide as many different business models as possible to help, members just try to grow different streams of income, because I feel like that's super important. Because with one stream of income, it's nearly impossible to make a lot of money. You have to have multiple streams of income in order to make more and more money, in order to build that business. Because right now, I have sneaker reselling, I have the group, and I have video. So on social media, video promotions and stuff like that. What else do I have? So some side stuff probably, but I can't think of it on the top of my head right now. But
that's fine. Like, you're doing big things, man. For someone who just turned 20, I am truly impressed, bro. Because if I told you what I was doing when I was your age, everybody would be like, "What the hell is wrong with Uncle Saint?" I was the typical dude. I was in the streets doing stupid stuff. I joined the military. Actually, when I was your age, I was sitting in the middle of Southwest Asia, man. I was in the middle of a Desert Storm, literally in the middle of nowhere in the desert, doing what we were doing out there. Yeah, man. But here's the thing, though. I am truly impressed with what you are doing, because you are not wasting your youth. Now, we're running out of time here. I would love to let you just keep going, because you're dropping so many gems. But I want to ask you this, and this is probably going to take up the last 5 to 7 minutes of this interview. We got to talk about women, bro. What's going on with that, bro? We got to talk about it, man. These girls are watching right now. They're like, how much did dude say he made? Oh, man, you got to, you know what I mean? So what's going on with that, man? What's up with the women, man? Are you in a relationship, or what you kids call a situationship? What's brother Jimmy out here doing?
I'm gonna keep it a stack. So with the women stuff, like, I try to just chill right now, because like, I try to just mainly focus on the business, just to be as honest as possible, because like, it's definitely hard. It's definitely hard, because with the amount of time I spend on my business and the amount of time I do the amount of time I just like spend on this business, I just don't have the time to really go out there. Not saying I can't really get none, but like, the thing is, like, I feel like I'm still super young. I just turned 20 years old, and there's no need for that right now, because I know one of my friends, like, he's in a relationship. He's in this room right now, and he dedicates like a huge portion of his time with his girl, and it's just very difficult for me to do that, and I can't sacrifice the time right now to invest into a relationship, because I know because I just know, like, I have to work on this business right now. I have to grow this out. And if I have a female in my life right now, I would have to sacrifice a huge part of that time with her. And I just totally can't do it right now because school, college is just like 24/7, especially like with what I got going on right now. I have to stay super, super focused. I can't fuck up. I can't get tunnel. I have to stay super tunnel vision. I have to stay super tunnel vision towards my goals because once I start losing that focus and once I start, getting off track, everything collapses. And I don't want that to happen because I know the females will come after I'm up. I know all that stuff will come, and that's not the thing that I'm most worried about. What I'm most worried about right now, real talk right now, is to really take care of my family after college. That's like the biggest thing. I really want to take care of my family just because of everything that we've been through. My mom, my dad, my grandpa. Like I really just want to do it for them. And in order for me to do that, I have to sacrifice a huge part of that social life, especially with friends, parties, females, all that stuff. I can't really invest too much time into that. If that makes sense, bro. But not
It makes
saying
complete sense, little brother.
yeah,
Complete sense. Do what you're doing. Leave these 304s alone. But there are good women out there. There really are some good women out there. And if you choose the correct woman, you choose the right woman, she will 1000x everything you're doing. But if you choose the wrong woman, she
it
will
can hurt you a
absolutely,
lot.
utterly
Yeah,
destroy
yeah,
it. And think about this, and I'll say this about relationships, and then I'll let you. I'll give you your final thoughts because I know you got to go.
for
So,
sure.
but I would definitely say this, man. All of the work and all of the effort it takes to maintain your business, to maintain your business relationships with vendors and with customers and all the rest of it, right? Think about how hard that is and how much time that takes and how much effort it
Yeah,
takes. It takes just as much effort to have a successful relationship with a woman,
exactly.
right?
Yeah,
So just keep that in mind. And you are 100% correct. Right now, you can't handle that added pressure of having a relationship with someone because you got to be selfish right now, brother. You
yeah.
got to be selfish.
And another thing is, it's eventually not going to work out. Like I just know it's not going to work out. The day she wants to hang out, she already knows I'm gonna be busy. And then in the long run, it's just not going to work out at all. So yeah, with my goal right now is, in order for me to get to where I want to get to, I really have to lock in. And I feel like nobody really sees what I do on a daily basis because only I know, because at the end of the day, all I got is myself. And in order for me to really get to that spot, I have to emphasize that one more time, because for the people who are watching, like if you're truly passionate about something, if you're truly goal driven, you're determined to get something done, you're gonna go do it regardless of what it is, no matter how I feel. Sometimes like I wake up on days where I don't feel like doing it. I'm still gonna do it regardless, because that's like like as a man, I feel like that's your responsibility. Like for you, I'm assuming you have a family. Like regardless if you want to go to work or not, you're sick, you still have to take care of your family. You still have to pay the bills, just do all that stuff. So for me, so getting back to the question, like there's definitely no time for women right now, and especially like at college, like all the women here is just like, all the female here is just, you know what it is. It's
I
just, it's
do,
college.
bro. Trust
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
I
So
do.
I don't gotta say too
And
much.
we'll save that for another conversation because I
Yeah.
would love to hear what these young women are like today versus we can
Oh
have that
yeah.
conversation down the road.
You don't
You
want to
know what I
know.
mean?
You don't want to know, man.
I already do know. Trust me. I may be old, but I know what it is because these young girls be out here, bro. But there are some good women out there as well. But that'll be a good conversation. We're out of time. You're out of time. I'm not. I'm gonna continue on with the show, but I wanted to give you the last word, bro. Anything you wanted to say? Tell people how to what your socials are, how to find you. Tell them about everything, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you the floor.
Yeah, so right now you can find me on Instagram at JMoneyKicks right here. And then on YouTube is also JMoneyKicks. On TikTok is JMoneyKicks. And also, if you're a young entrepreneur, you want to make money online, join up Startpreneurs. It's only $50 a month. But if you are watching this podcast right now, I will give you a 20% code to join. So just because for my guy, Don, I'm going to give you guys a 20% code, because in our group right now, it's going to close on October 2nd. And after that, the group is going to go fully private. Even if you want to join, it's not going to be available. I just want to keep all the information super exclusive, and I just want to have a small group of us like together, close together. But if that makes sense. But yeah, you can find me if you want to buy shoes. J Money Cakes. if you want to watch my content, YouTube, TikTok, all that stuff. But once again, thank you so much for having me, man.
Hey, it's my pleasure, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, the hardest working young man I know in the business right now, man. Jimmy Zhao, man. That's for you, bro. Thank you so much for being here, man. I look forward to working with you in the future. Bro, I'm truly impressed, brother. I really am. Thank you for coming.
No problem. Thank you so much.
Peace.
Peace out. My bye.
I tell you what, y'all. I tell you what. I am truly impressed by that young man. And if there are more young men out there like him, man, our future is bright. Our future is bright. We got to keep him away from them 304s. We got to keep young brother Jimmy away from them 304s. But he already knows. He already knows it's a problem. He's already aware of it. But he's out there chasing excellence. He's not chasing women. Boy, oh boy, I hope y'all saw that. I wasn't reading any chats earlier, man, because we had a finite amount of time. Brother Jimmy only had 30 minutes. We actually stretched it out to 44 so we can get it in. So I'm going to go back and highlight all the chats. I just want to thank everybody who was here, who was part of Brother Jimmy's clan and his folks who came in the chat, man. Thank y'all so much. You guys are welcome to be here. Please come back. Don't forget to like and please subscribe. If you're new, go ahead and give us a subscribe, man. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. Don't cost nothing. Brother Dino's like, good evening, DL and guest. Question for later: has a basketball team ever produced their own trainer? If not, why has it not happened? As it seems big bucks merch to me. There's not a lot of loyalty to just teams. I mean, you're looking at, if you look at Boston, if you look at the Lakers, in LA, if you look at Chicago, you look at the Bulls, maybe the Heat, if they develop their own shoe, devoid of a big time player to wear the shoe, I'm not sure if the Masters would link into it. You look at Jordan, right? People wear Jordans and they ain't never watched basketball. Then they never stepped on the court. They don't even care about basketball, right? So it's like a cultural phenomenon. Same thing with Kobe. Same thing with LeBron. I mean, it just goes on. It's easier to take that, like the shoe itself was really just a way to get people into the game or to get people to watch, right? So I don't know, like if there was a sense, I'm a huge Cincinnati Bengals fan, right? That's football, right? American football. I'll buy jerseys and all that kind of stuff. You see me wearing the Cincinnati Bengals merch. If there was a Cincinnati Bengals shoe, I wouldn't buy it. You know what I mean? I just wouldn't. And if I did buy it, I would just buy one just so I can have it hanging on a wall or something. I would never wear them. I think Americans are kind of weird like that. It's not just going to be the franchise, although you'll have some people who are hardcore and just buy anything, any kind of merchandise attached to a franchise. They will do that. But then you have other folks who they need to have that big time person, right? So especially in basketball, and Jordan started that trend. So I think that the franchises believe there's no real money in it. They would spend all that money to develop the shoe, manufacture the shoe, get it out there and lose all that bread for what? When you can just go ahead and do the same thing for your star player and maybe make a little bit of money. You know what I mean? G Sneak Ass was in the building. What's up, brother G? Thanks, bro. Like I said, I did give you a wrench, but I didn't see it show up in the chat. I'm sorry, man. I made you a mod. I was hoping that we could drop in all of the information, but and I will link everything that all the links, all the places where you can find Brother Jimmy in the description below for a team replay. I'm going to reach out to him and get all that stuff, and I'm going to link it all below. So it's cool. Gav Comps in the building, man. Was good to see you, bro. Appreciate it. You know what I mean? We showed this earlier. Night as he was like, dude talking like he made it. And that was the point where Brother Jimmy was talking about how he got started and what he was doing at such a young age. I would argue he has made it. He's broken through that first plane and he's going to continue to grow. And losing money is 100% a part of business. You got to lose to succeed. Facts. You have to lose in order to succeed, to move forward. Not just in business, but when you're out there womanizing, when you're out there playing sports, when you're out there building muscle, all that, man, you gotta work yourself to failure. You're going to take some L's, learn from it, and you're going to move forward. Brother Jackson in the building. What's good, bro? Oops, wrong button. You know what I mean? We got the Nice in the building. What's good? Good to see you. W interview. Appreciate that, man. Brother Tez is in the house as well, man. What's good, fam? Good to see you. We got Brother Knightish, who's always in, rocking out with a brother, man. Always supporting. Appreciate you, man. You know what I mean? Suave, he's like laughing. Yeah, we had some good moments. Dusto's in the building, man. Like, yo, Dusto, bro. What's wrong with you, mate? Do the opposite. Start start dating, gain relationship skills. No, and y'all know Dusto is sometimes he be on the trolling thing. Like, don't do it. If you're young and out there, man, chasing excellence, continue to chase excellence. Man, leave these crazy women alone until you're ready. And like when Brother Jimmy is ready to start hollering at chicks, we're gonna definitely have a talk. Trust and believe we're gonna have a talk. Like, bro, you're gonna have to get out here and start smashing. You're gonna have to start getting out here, getting up to speed on what's going on, so you can find the woman that you're looking for. It is what it is. Lucky from him, his roots are from China. He has a family, a strong family. They'll probably start finding young women and bringing young women to him. And they're not going to arrange a marriage, but they're definitely going to bring someone in to help him vet women. But again, that's like another conversation for another day. Can't wait to have that. That's why I'm like, it's crazy out here. Yeah, it is, bro. I hear you, nephew, man. Like I said, these young women out here today, man, they about that life, man. They about that life, bro. You know what I mean? We hear about OF and all that kind of stuff, man. But I'm just talking about the regular women in the streets, man. For whatever reason, society has them out there just giving the goods away, bro. They just don't care. Ain't no shame. You can't hold me accountable. Can't shame me. I'm going to go out here and smash every dude I want to. Okay, fine. I ain't mad. But boy, oh boy, gentlemen, the game has changed, right? It certainly has changed. So we were talking in that interview with Brother Jimmy about being 19 and making $100,000. And there's a video out there, right? This is how I found it. This YouTube video right here. So let's check this out, man. I want you guys to see what I saw. And it was based on this video that I checked out his YouTube channel, and then I looked him up on Instagram.
Sheesh! Welcome back to another YouTube video. It's your boy Jimmy, and today I'm going to bring you guys throughout my whole entire day and kind of briefly explain how I made over 6 figures at the age of 19. Today's a super busy day, and let's get right to work. And then coming down to the second floor, this is literally what it looks like. Essential hoodies everywhere, dunks everywhere, boxes, like stuff that haven't even unboxed, shoes on the bed, and this was supposed to be a guest room, so I kind of destroyed this whole entire thing. It's kind of like my storage unit now, I guess. But yeah, this is my second floor, and you just wait until you see my living room. Let's get down. Oh my god, another package here. Oh my god, and even more boxes and even more shoes. I literally don't have space anywhere in the house anymore. Wherever you go, you're just gonna see shoes, boxes.
Man, do you see that? Like, this young guy's out here making it happen, committed fully to his business venture. And he's not out paying for, space in some warehouse. He's utilizing what he has, utilizing his home. He's got everything stacked up nice and neat. And like you said earlier, part of that game is to go out and find a particular shoe that you believe in, and you believe that this shoe is going to do well in that market. Invest in that shoe, sit back and wait. So now he's like really investing into a whole bunch of shoes. But let's continue.
Just literally everywhere. And then obviously we're taking the bulk pick for the Jordan 1s. Sheesh! We got these for a crazy steal, y'all. $45 each. I think me and my friend both bought like 140 pairs. So this is gonna be easy $20 in profit. So if you do the math, that's about like 3K. So I'm about to go take the picture right now. And then we got another store sale post. But yeah, man, back to school is right around the corner, so this is the best time for sales, and that's why I've been stocking up so much inventory, because I'm gonna try to break my sales record once again. Hey man, I also forgot to show you guys, your boy got the new phone as well. Whew! So I just got to my friend's house, stacked all his Jordan 1 lows in the car. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, this is the first time I ever bought this many pairs of Jordan 1 lows, but it's gonna be profitable. I want to say to
Like, again, you got to know your market. And it sounds like this young brother knows his market, and he's teamed up with people he trusts. He's teamed up with a clan. They're out there killing it, man. I never would have thought in a million years that would be a profit in the resale business. When we came up, it was records, like vinyl, and then it became CDs. There was a place in Cincinnati, and I was just talking to my brother about it, man. And I forgot the name of it, but it was a record store. You could go into the record store. It was something like Everybody's Records or something like that. You could go into the record store, bring in a crate of your records, and they will look at your records and check them, make sure they're not scratched up or anything, and they'll give you money for them. You can take that money cash, or you can take like a store credit. Exactly what Rami the icon is doing out there at in the store he's at in LA. So, bro, I never thought in a million years that this would be a thing, and people are making great money off of it. Young kids are doing it, man. Let's continue.
To the camera. Oh my god, you took actually give me my shoes back. Those are actually my shoes. Give it back to me. Give it back.
No.
Hey, buddy, are you ready for today?
So ready.
All right, guys, so we just came back from eating breakfast. Now, I'm gonna lay out all the pairs. We're about to take the bulk picture for these Jordan 1 lows. As you guys know, taking all these bulk pictures is not easy because it's very, very time consuming. As you guys can see, we have 100+ pairs. So we about to display all of them out in my backyard, get a nice photo, and I'll catch you guys in a bit. Sheesh, building a whole house.
I mean, look at that, y'all. Like, they made a commitment. They found the shoe they want. They went out and got it. They know when people are going to want to buy these shoes, back to school or whatever. Kids will want a certain shoe. And if they can't get that shoe in the store, they're going to go look for it online. He's right there. Look at that. I think he said he was looking at a $20 profit on each shoe. $20, $200 for every 10 shoes he sell, man. That's $200, right? And you can call it a profit, but really, you got to start deducting, storage costs and, there's taxes on what he paid and all that kind of stuff. And then there's gas and time spent, like labor. So all that goes in there. But for every 10 shoes, he's looking at $200, man. Look at all them shoes, bro.
A whole wall with these shoes. All right, Joe. So we finally just got setting up all these Jordan 1 lows behind us. Take a good look at these. Jordan 1 lows, we have a total of 140 pairs. It's making $25 per. That's $3,500 in profit in total. Obviously, this is not the full 140. We still got a few pairs on the way coming in. But yeah, I mean, do you just want to talk about how we started and how we scaled to this point?
Yeah, I was okay.
All right, but he's saying it's okay.
That's funny. And one of the things that I really like about Brother Jimmy is he's very personable. He's not afraid to talk. He can obviously talk in front of crowds. He's cool talking with folks. He has a plan. He understands the importance of social media. He understands the importance of networking and marketing, and he's doing all that. Guys, we saw him here first. I can't wait to see what this young brother is in 5 years. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it. Might not still be doing shoes, but this young brother right here, he's going to be doing something. He's going to be making money. He's going to be making his family proud. He's going to be, making his family name proud. Right? He's going to be out here being productive and killing the game. You know what I mean? So just want to send extend my thanks and a shout out to Brother Jimmy Zhao for coming through and blessing old Uncle Saint with an interview. Shout out to you, bro. Don DeMarco to you, man. So this is what we're going to do over here, man. I really want to know podcast, man. That's what it's all about. I'm trying at least once a month moving forward to have an interview like this where we talk to someone who's out there doing something, whatever it may be. I'm trying to get plugged in with some recruiters. I want to know what's really going on with the recruit numbers and what's it like, in the trenches today for the recruiters. I'm working on I got some stuff lined up for some very pretty young ladies, and I want to talk to them about what they're doing and what the life is like for them. What's up with these simpletons, bro? You know what I mean? I'm going to be out here finding people in the real estate game. I'm going to find people out here who are managing some of these brick and mortar stores like Target and stuff like that to find out what's really going on inside of Target. Are people really robbing like they say they're robbing? You know what I mean? Or are the numbers up or down? Because we just can't trust what we're getting fed by the media, here and abroad. We're going to have to do our own legwork and see what's really going on. Like what's really going on with the real estate market? What's really going on with the commercial real estate market? What's really going on with brick and mortar? We're going to find all this stuff out, man. And I'm going to talk to some car salesmen. It's like, yo, what's really going on in the car business? There's a lot of stuff we're going to find out. And then I'm going to talk to some pilots. I'm going to talk to some pilots on their training. I'm going to talk to some aircraft designers. That's going to be easy to set up. So we're going to be doing stuff like this moving forward. I'm going to try to get us an interview at least once a month where we're going to come in and just have some cool people come in here and let us pick their brain as to what's going on out there, man. So thank y'all for rocking out with me. Thanks for coming in. I really appreciate y'all. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back tomorrow, 6:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Not sure what I'm going to talk about. I'm not sure. We got a lot of DL shorts going out. We're talking about Senator Menendez. I think that's his name, Menendez or whatever. The guy that got caught with all of the dirty bribe money and gold bars and stuff like that. That's out there. Right. And I did another short about Coach Prime, what's going on in the college football world. That's out there. We're going to keep doing that. Really appreciate y'all rocking out with me. Thanks for coming through. Y'all know what it is. You know what I mean? I'm DL Saint. This is this DL Saint I Really Want to Know podcast. But I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.
Nothing like I've ever seen. It's just a thing of beauty.
Darn, that's the end.